Hello everyone, Lincoln here. Welcome back to another episode of I Am Made of Robots. Today's robot, as you can already tell, is Transformers Animated Soundwave. Now, I've never seen the animated show. Not really. I've seen little clips here and there. But I haven't actually watched the whole show. I don't know exactly what Soundwave was like in that, and I don't particularly care because he's Soundwave and I love the little design of this guy. For a while, Optimus Prime was the one figure I always had to collect from each line, but animated really threw me off at first, and I really didn't like it, and so I've kind of just fallen into the groove of now I'm trying to collect Soundwaves whenever they come out. Especially because nowadays they always come with a Laserbeak, and that's just a lot of extra fun. In this case, here's Laserbeak. He is a red and black electric guitar, and I will show him off more a little bit when we get to the robot mode. He does do a little transforming for those who aren't aware. Why else would he be there? Now, the one thing that's unfortunate, I don't know if it's just weather or what, I'm not really... These don't get played with, none of my toys. I don't know why, but let's see if you can see it. There's all this cracking along the green along the roof. It's a lot more fine in the upper one than that one. The sides are all looking fine, though. It's got the kind of rewind, fast forward kind of look to the grill, which I like. Little gold Decepticon insignia there. I almost said Autobot. His gold power symbol there. Nothing on the back. Oh, that reminds me. They make a repro. I might get a repro label set for this, and I'll have to redo this later. Because now that I have him out, he kind of could use it. Though I think he looks pretty good on his own. I like him. I like the boombox looking sides to his doors. The big fat tires. Really? You can't really tell what's underneath. You can't tell. I mean, I know it's a Transformer, but you can't. There's no robot kibble, really. So that's pretty nice. And I guess he's supposed to be like a Scion. Was Scion it? Yeah. That came out around that time. The boxy cars that are build themselves as big on customizing and everything. So, as you can see, Laserbeak could stand on top of him using these little tabs at the bottom of the feet. And those just go into this slot up here. And Laserbeak sits just fine. It's so much easier to do when I'm not looking through the camera lens. There we go. And it looks that great. You can put it the other way, but it still angles in that direction, so you're driving around with it looking like that, and it sticks off the back a lot more, so it doesn't quite look as good. There's no reason you couldn't. I don't know, maybe this is some sort of terrifying weapon. You're shooting lightning or something out of the end of it, which actually, now that I say it out loud, sounds kind of cool. But it's actually pretty sturdily held on there, considering it's not, there's no actual like little clips or anything, it's just friction. They're just tight enough for it to work. Well, enough of my babbling. Let's transform the Transformer, shall we? Hold on a second. I want to adjust this slightly so that this will work for all of us. There we go. Where do I start on this guy? 'Cause it's not that tricky. Guess we'll start with the arms. Yes. No, I'll start with the front. Kind of just wiggle it a little bit because these windows bits come here with the front, and I can kind of just leave like that for now. I just needed to. It's the easiest way to get everything loosened up because the door panels are popped into here as well. Once you have those, you can just grab them from there, or you can just grab the big shoulder chunks. You can see they've got that kind of movement on them. Pull the arm, kind of straighten it up a little bit. Flip his hand out. It's kind of flat, but still works. And then you flip his wheel in to form the shoulder. Again, on the other side, comes up and down. You can see this is in there like that. Just kind of pop it forward. And then there's a little tiny nub right there to help you flip that guy out. And there's his hand. The head's right in here. I'll do that for last just because it's always fun to do a head reveal. You can pull, kind of wobble this around because there are these two nubs down here. Protrusions are socketed into these. This is a little tricky. You fold that up. That's no big deal. But there's... Let's see if I can do it with my lighting. There's just like the slightest of little double hinges, and it's really annoying to get that without the front part popping off a bunch. Come on, sucker. Hold on, I'm doing this off camera real quick. Ah, there we go. I wonder if I could loosen that up somehow. As you can, I don't know if you can tell, this was lower and is now up higher, and there are little holes here for these little tabs. Marg! He is being really difficult today. And it's a shame because everything else on him is great. It's just that chest piece that's kind of a pain. Alright, we are back. Oh, and I totally forgot to flip in that. Not a big deal. Feet! Legs! Let's see. That's right, you can't do that. So, let me move these arms out of my way. So, we split the legs. And they are on a bit of a swivel like that. So you take the front grill, flip that all the way around, and it will actually line up nicely there. And we'll do it from the front. Then you can rotate this sideways. Then you will flip up the foot, which has a nice... And then rotate that totally around, because this will be flipped around in a moment. So again, you take that front end, flip that all the way around to the back, flip this around, flip the foot up, rotate that around, rotate the whole waist around. It's a little stiff, but not bad. Let me get his arms back down. And there we go. And then you reach in here and flip out his head. And when I first saw him, when I first saw what he looked like for animated, I wasn't that big of a fan. Something about it, like I didn't like the face or this or that. I don't know why. That all went away, and this guy's really grown on me. He's a really nice rendition of Soundwave. I like the way he came out. He's got the right kind of navy color for him. The gold accents are really nice. I like the glowy energon kind of teal that's laced throughout him. He's got good, well, he's got okay posability. The head swivels left to right. And you can see, that's like my only real complaint is, under here is all hollow. So anytime you're fiddling around with him, it's so easy to just pop that back out. It's easy enough to, like, you know, slide it back in. You just press up here. But it's just like, you know, it's really the only kind of real complaint I have about this guy. So the head can rotate left and right. That's it. It can go up and down a little bit, but then you're on the flap and he's losing a neck. It's a little weird. These do 360. That's really all you're going to get in the upper arm. You can do this a little bit, but then you're flipping up these supports and flipping his head around. There's that at the elbow, plus the elbow also has this swiveled ball joint. By swiveled, I don't know if you can kind of tell. The ball joint's not moving, the swivel is here. A little bit of flappy hand action. Ball joint in the hip, ball joint in the knee. Nice touch. The feet have some rotation right in here. So you can angle the feet as necessary, though with the way the rest of him looks, it's kind of hard to get him in too dynamic of a pose. Back to this table, it's a little tricky. That's because it's not flat and solid. Fine, be that way. We'll see if this random piece of foam core will help you out. Nah, I think he's just angled backwards. That does help a little bit. Not the greatest pose for him, I'll admit. but you can get what he looks like. He's a nice, kind of squat, chunky Soundwave, and I like that. So, said that we also have some Laserbeak action going on. You can see that he's an electric guitar. So before I transform him, if you'll give me a quick moment here, I will pop this off. And I will just get this posed real quick. Bam! Yes, Soundwave can rock out with it. Can rock out with Laserbeak as his guitar. So that was pretty cool. They didn't need to do that, but well, why the hell not? So he can actually wield Laserbeak as a guitar. He can do that in either hand. The way they accomplish this is, see these knobs on either wing? Those fit into the screw holes here, and such a perfect way that when you rotate it right, it looks like the hand is in the middle of strumming. You can rotate his hand around like I just showed you, and you can get a decent little guitar pose out of him. But no one bought this because they wanted Soundwave to play. Well, maybe some people bought it because they thought it would be good for him to play a guitar. If you've got Laserbeak, I want to see a Laserbeak, damn it. So, kind of just... they're not... That didn't break or anything. They're just not the tightest things. So, you just open up the guitar. Open them up that far, you can see how the wings sit flush with the body. If you do it further, they're going to pop off. They're not broken, they're fine. Just clips right back on. It's just easy to go too far. Then you push the neck in, just kind of nice. You can see that it fills in this gap. And then this moves up a tiny bit. I believe it's called the head. And that's just, well, it comes off. You can see there's two little raised bits there, and those work with the little ridges down here, so that that's normal, and you can feel it snap in. It doesn't go any further, and that's for Laserbeak the bird. He's not bad. He could have done with something. They could have done with little eyes. Again, I really should repro label this guy because he'll look nice. And what kind of a Soundwave would we have? Or a Soundwave and Laserbeak team would we have if he couldn't sit on his arm? You'll see both arms on the doors have these square holes cut out so that you can stick those aforementioned little pegs from his feet that used to keep him attached to the roof of the car, can now attach to his hand, and he can alight on Soundwave's arm and deliver a report. They can have a conversation. It's adorable. I love this. This right here, if a Soundwave figure that comes with a Laserbeak can't do this, I don't want the toy. It has to be able to pull this off. Everyone I've had so far can do this. I don't have Masterpiece Soundwave. He never showed up in stores. I'm probably going to end up picking him up for way too much money later in my life. Which is unfortunate, but hey. That's the life of the collector, huh? But look at him. He looks great. You know, I've always been a Soundwave fan. Like, the cassettes have always been cool. I like that he has his little team of little robot minions. And I love that he can sit on the shoulder like that. Other ones I've done, they can all handle it. I want to say, what is it? Is it Generations? It's Fall of Cybertron Soundwave. The guy's, his Laserbeak stands on his arm, but it doesn't attach or anything. And that's something I really like about this. Don't have to worry about a little shaking making poor Laserbeak fall off. Oh wow. For a second he was tilting when I shook it. I thought Soundwave was going to crash. This is Soundwave from Transformers Animated, and I think he was pretty cool. It took me a while to warm up to most of the designs. I still don't like a lot of what that show looked like, but Soundwave, I can dig it. I like it. I like how he worked out. And I'm happy that it was decent enough that I'm like, oh, I'll pick him up. I'll see what he's like. Pretty sure what did it for me was when I saw Laserbeak that turned into a guitar. an electric guitar. I'm like, oh, that's a little too out there for me to pass up. You know, I think he looks great, good design, nice transformation, nice extra little gimmick there with Laserbeak. Overall, I'd say Soundwave is a good buy. This has been Transformers Animated Soundwave. I have been Lincoln, and this has been I Am Made of Robots. I will talk to you guys next week.